Start bowling. Bowlers are responding to your scores down in the 17, turning in your recap to the right counter upon completion today.
What's it say you're moving to?
Reminder, our U12 round 3 qualifying round, only 37 games. We'll be bowling 4 games. And our U15 advanced round, bowling on lanes 5 to 34. Girls on lanes 5 to 16. Boys on 17 to 34. They'll be bowling 5 games. As a courtesy, during tournament competition.
I'm going to be your scorekeeper.
Let's give these athletes another round of applause as they begin their tournament competition. And now, when your hours come up, you can bowl for score. Good luck and good bowling. One more reminder, we have 2 cars still left in the lot across the street. A rental Illinois plates D793810
Go!
and
Go
Florida
for it.
plates 022NEG. Please move your car before it's ready. Thank you and good luck and good bowling.
Stay behind the blue line.
She said smile.
Good evening, everybody, live from Stardust Bowl. We are underway with our U15 Advancers round here on Bowl TV. Thanks for joining us. We've got the U15 girls on 15 and 16 and U15 boys over on 17 and 18 as we get started with 5 games in our Advancers round here this evening. All of these bowlers have bowled 14 games up until this point. These 5 games will be added to that total, and then we will make a cut for the final Advancers round tomorrow afternoon. We've got 65 U15 boys bowling, 41 U15 girls, and we will be cutting to 32 on the boys' side and 24 on the girls' side. I'm Lucas Wiseman of Bowl TV, along with the one and only spectacular Aaron Smith. Hi, Aaron.
Hello, Lucas, and quite an introduction there. Appreciate it. Welcome, everyone, to Bowl TV and Junior Gold. Excited to be here.
As am I. It's always a very exciting week, always a very exciting tournament. Certainly tests the skill level of these bowlers, that's for sure, as it always does, with some tough patterns out on the lanes. Bowling on Soul tonight for this round. That is the pattern that has been selected. And, Soul, if you are interested to find more information on that, it's one of the world bowling patterns, one of the patterns they use for international competition.
It's 39 feet in length, and definitely going to challenge these youngsters. Shot making at a premium here at Stardust Bowl. But we wouldn't have it any other way for such a prestigious event. Breaking records once again. More than 3,100 entries here at Junior Gold. It's amazing how it just continues to grow and grow.
Yeah, an all-time record, even beating the record that we set last year in Buffalo. We've increased by, I believe, another 27% over last year, so that's a pretty sizable number of new bowlers coming into the tournament. And we've got a long evening here ahead of us. 5 games, going to take about 4 hours, is my guess. Sometimes the U15 bowlers bowl at a little quicker pace than their older counterparts. But we're going to have a nice evening here watching the watching the Advancers round for the U15 division. Tomorrow morning we'll start off at 7:30 a.m. Central Time with the U20 Advancers round and the U12 final Advancers round. So we'll have live coverage on Bowl TV all day tomorrow and Friday as well, leading up to our TV shows, which are going to be taped for broadcast on CBS Sports Network in August. For those of you who are new to Bowl TV, maybe tuning in for the first time, we set up our cameras right behind 2 pairs, and those are the pairs that we will show throughout this evening, and the players will move lanes after each game, and therefore will give us new players after each game.
Certainly be a good variety, and stepping up on lane 18, you'll see him coming to the shot on his approach. George Rodriguez is actually our under 15 leader through 14 games.
How about that?
So only 2 boys were plus, and George led the way, plus 122 for a 208 average over those 14 games. So already off to a nice start here with an early double. For the guys under 15 division, it took an average of 176.64 to make the top 65. Daniel Althouse out of Pennsylvania earning that distinction. And for the girls, currently leading Catherine Corbin out of Romney, West Virginia. Another familiar name out of that area, Amanda Green. Just starting off on the PWBA tour. She led with a 190.93 average to make the cut to the next round. Top 41, 169.79 average. Had a tie for that. So Amanda Vogt and Edison Herzberg earning those final few spots.
And I actually have some information on most of the players. They were asked to submit some info, and I just sent it to you actually, Aaron, on your email so that you have it. But I'm going to see if I can try to find some of these players in our database as we go on here. Brianna Smith, the lefty, up on lane 15 right now from Mount Olive, New Jersey. See if we can find our next bowler here. Try to go through the girls and see what we can find. Some of them submitted their information and some of them did not. Let's see, Madison Burkert, who's up on lane 16 right now. She is from Reading, Pennsylvania. Her favorite bowler is Jason Belmonte. I think that's going to be a popular choice as we look at that.
I was going to say, in the quick glance of this document, that Belmo holding it down.
Looks like she's bowled a high series of 699 and a high game of 280. And a high average of 194. That's pretty awesome. And she bowls league at Berks Lanes. So I'm going to try to run through the girls here, each one of them on our list. Tyra Sanchez, far left side of your screen, just got done shooting that spare. She's from Honolulu. Well, that sounds pretty awesome.
I would say so.
And her favorite bowler is Kelly Kulik. Her highest average, 174. High game, 256. And her high series, 689.
All right, I'll take one on the guy's side, getting ready on lane 18. Ryan Graham of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, stepping up, coming in with a 203 average, a high game of 299. So
nice.
He got there, just needed that last pin to fall. 758 series, and Pete Weber, good old PDW, who was in town a few days ago, I believe, helping out too.
Yes, he was. And we got Rebecca Dodson, who just got done bowling there from Panama City, Florida, has a high game of 300.
Very nice.
Yes, a high series of 753, her average 193, and her favorite bowler is Norm Duke.
Up on 17, you just saw him break up the split. So nice to stare at the 4-7 Tiger Miller. This kid's got some skill. Coming out of Oregon, 232 average.
Wow, 232 at U15 division.
Already owns a 300 and an 803 series.
Very impressive. Got to remember, these bowlers are 15 or under, so those are pretty significant accomplishments.
Definitely building a great future for the sport here.
Well, Megan Doris up on the far left side of your screen there. Her average 222, has a high game of 300, a high series of 695. And her favorite bowler, if I gave you one guess, who would it be? Don't look. I'll give you a hint. He uses two hands.
Oh, that guy.
Jason Belmonte.
Oh, it's not Oscar?
No.
Oh.
Jason Belmonte is Megan's favorite bowler.
All right, George Rodriguez stepping up on 17. We already talked about him leading the way through 14 games here. Catches a nice break. Coming all the way from Puerto Rico with a 214 average, 299 high game, 757 series, and Jason Belmonte not his favorite.
No, okay. Let me guess. I'm gonna go with Wes Malott.
We saw Wes today,
Yeah,
but
that's why I went with him, because he was walking around here.
Chris Barnes.
Chris Barnes. Wow. Let's see. I've already given our bios for the two players on our U15 girls who are up right now. So we'll wait for another one. I'm losing track of who I talked about and who I didn't. I should have taken some better notes, Aaron.
Well, Lawrence Bianco is going to be stepping up on 18. I know he's from Brooklyn, New York. That's all we got, though. So
yeah, some gave us the information and some did not.
That's right, but definitely a cool new feature this year, and something the folks in the youth department thinking ahead.
Yeah, it's nice to have some information on our bowlers.
Joshua Sowers stepping up on lane 17 out of Berryville, Virginia. Owner of a 215 average coming into the 2015 event. A high game of 299, a lot of 299s here. And a 729 series. Favorite bowler, Norm Duke.
Norm is popular with these U15 bowlers. Just getting the link out there for everybody on Facebook and Twitter, so if you'd like to share the link, feel free. Watch our live streaming here tonight. Let's see, I've got another bowler. Let's see if I can find Rachel Bamford. She's from Gonick, New Hampshire, and her average 193, her high game 260, a nice even number, and her high series 651. And her favorite bowler, and I'm going to make Aaron guess because I like this game. It's one of our PWBA stars.
All right.
And she probably has the biggest smile on tour. Who would that be?
The biggest smile on tour. I'd have to go with Missy Parkin.
Ding, 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 ding. Aaron Smith, everybody. Good guess.
All right. Jordan Howard stepping up here out of Angola, Indiana. That might be the wrong Jordan Howard. All right.
There's a lot of them. We gotta.
That was actually Jaden Howard. Excuse me. And she's out of Angola, Indiana. So my apologies, Jordan. I'm afraid we don't have his information. So
yeah, we may not have the information for everybody.
Let's see about Sean Conley. Doesn't look like we have any information on Sean either. So I think we have our introductions here on our under 15 boys feature pair and the ladies as well. So definitely a very helpful tool they provide us with.
Yeah, we'll try to do that each game as we move along here to give you an idea, just a little bit about the players that we have the info on. If you're just tuning in, you're watching the Advancers round for the U15 division here on Bowl TV. game 1 of 5 before we make the cut to the final advancers round. For the U15 division, their final advancers round will happen tomorrow at 1:30 in the afternoon Central Time.
All right, Lucas is going to step away for a few minutes to help prepare for the continued live streaming efforts. We're going to go big the next few days and actually have cameras behind the under 20, under 15, and under 12 divisions. Craig Elliott from Michigan Bowler TV is joining us here. So big thanks to Craig. Got a chance to see him a little bit earlier today and chat for a while. Then our presenting sponsors, Storm, Rotogrip, and Master, will also have a booth, so we may have a few special guests along the way. So be sure to stay tuned in here to the 2015 USBC Junior Gold Championships. Five out of 6 for George Rodriguez, our leader after 14 games. Keeping the pressure on. Great shot there by Rachel. Her first strike here in game 1. We are behind lanes 15, 16, 17, and 18 at Stardust Bowl. This is the under 15 boys and girls advancer round. Be sure to check out bowl.com/livestream for the rest of the schedule of what's coming up here at Junior Gold over the course of the next 2 days. We'll be starting tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 out here in DuPage County, Illinois. Roll the 2 for Ryan Graham, gives him 3 in a row. Nice bounce back after the split in the 4th. Definitely going at a quick pace here today. These young men and ladies will move to a new pair for each of the 5 games here. So we'll get a brand new set of bowlers for each game. So gives a chance to showcase a lot of the great talent here. Late triple to 9 there for Lawrence. Looks like he'll have to get a score correction up there. All right, 3 in a row for Rachel Bamford. Starting to settle in here. Game number 1 of 5 here in the under 15 advancers round. Great shot on 15, Tyra Sanchez. Again, the bowlers will be moving to a different pair after each of the 5 games, so we'll get to see a good variety of kids make their way to our feature pairs here on Bowl TV. So hopefully everyone makes their way across at some point. Top 65 competitors in the under 15 boys division advanced to this round. The top 41 under 15 girls advanced. The boys will drop to 32 after these 5 games. The girls will go to 24. shot there by Jordan Howard, setting up the foundation frame with a strike. Great shot, Madison Burkett. Trip of the 9, Rebecca Dodson. Setting up the 9th frame as well. Some of our pairs already in the 10th frame. We're getting there in just a second here on both of our feature pairs. So hopefully a pretty quick transition to game number 2. This is the 2015 USBC Junior Gold Championships presented by Storm, Rotogrip, and Master. We are currently at Stardust Bowl in Addison, Illinois, for the final few rounds of the 2015 event. I'm Aaron Smith. Lucas Wiseman will be back shortly. Right now we're wrapping up a game number 1 of 5 here in the advances round of the under 15 boys and under 15 girls. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We will actually be featuring the 3 camera setup tomorrow, since this is the only advances round going on at the current moment. So that setup will be featured tomorrow here on Bowl TV. So we'll have cameras behind each of the age divisions. So we'll get a great opportunity to see the youngsters, the under 12 division, the under 15 division, and of course the under 20 as well. So curious to check the standings, be sure to visit juniorgold.bowl.com to see a rundown of the qualifying rounds so far. Hopefully Madison is all right there. All right, folks, as we wrap up game number 1 here, we're going to have a special guest join us in the booth. Mr. Dell Warren joining us here. Not only, I'm sure, scouting out some talent here for his Weber International team, but here on behalf of the Kegel Company, our official lane maintenance provider. So, Dell, welcome to Bowl TV.
Thank you very much for having me. It's been a pleasure to be here. It's been an exciting week so far.
Certainly has, and I just got here today myself, so this is my my first glimpse of the action, but I'm sure you've been here for a few days. And
yeah, we got here a week ago, and with all the festivities, and I got a lot of kids here, you know, that we train at the training center, and so it's always an exciting week. We always look forward to this, and we have several events at the training center to get the kids ready for this event, and man, what an exciting time, huh?
I agree. It's pretty refreshing too, how the kids seem to seek out these opportunities to compete on these tougher patterns. We're bowling on the 39-foot WTBA Soul pattern, and it's just kind of refreshing that, you know, they're not necessarily looking for the house shots. They want to bowl on the tougher conditions, and obviously they'll see that at the next level as well on the collegiate aspect. So it's always great to get the opportunity to bowl on these tougher patterns.
Yeah, it's amazing if they're really competitive. They want to be challenged, and they want to learn more about the game. And you know, when you're bowling a little bit flatter pattern, and especially at the talent level that's here, the best in the country, the hardest part for them is, I think, and what we do try to prepare them for is the fact that you have so many people, a lot of bowling balls, just a lot more excitement, a lot more of everything, and the lanes are going to break down a little bit differently than bowling against the local talent. I mean, you get the best in the country here, and the coaching's getting a lot better, and so the kid, the knowledge even at this level is pretty amazing.
Certainly is, and I think you make a great point there, just how everything's bigger here at Junior Gold, and obviously the cameras can only show so much, but it's kind of it's pretty crazy going on behind us here, and parents supporting, especially kids moving from pair to pair. It's definitely an environment that's even tough to explain, but let alone prepare for these kids. But they seem to thrive in the situation, though. So
I really think this is the toughest term in the world. I mean, when you look at everything, and the fact that a lot of the kids are inexperienced. And so being able to be thrust into this against the best talent in the country, against and with everybody playing all over the lane with different balls and different surfaces, and you have a variety of skill levels at different age groups. It you know, even when you get to the top levels, they've seen a lot of it. They're used to it. They're used to having things happen in bowling centers and weather changes and fans and all that stuff. These kids are just, they're like, there's no warm up to this, you know, you qualify for it and it's just, boom, here you go. Mm-hmm. And so a big part of it is not just the lane conditions and learning how to use your equipment, it's dealing with everything.
I was certainly surprised. The first opportunity I had to work the event was in 2009 in Indianapolis, and obviously some pretty big centers there in Indy, and I was just blown away by just the amount of folks in there, and it's just a great sign how much this tournament continues to grow and grow. More than 3,100 competitors out here this week. That's up nearly 600 bowlers making it out to Junior Gold this year, so it's definitely a trend in the right direction.
Well, I can tell you, Kegel just really enjoys supporting this, and with the machines and the chemicals and our staff, and working side by side with USBC to make this just a wonderful event, and allowing the best talent to come to the top to represent, you know, Team USA, and the world's getting better. You know, as we can see by the World Championships and the Junior Championships, European Championships, and being that Weber's an international school, it's you know, the United States has got some work to do to stay on top.
Absolutely. It's definitely a global atmosphere, and of course a big thank you once again to Kegel, the official lane maintenance provider here for not only Junior Gold but many of our championship events. I just got back from El Paso at the USBC Open Championships and had the
I do not. I don't have that answer for you. Can she brush her shoe?
and of course Kegel provided us with some of the great flex walkers with the that were painted with the red, white, and blue, and had the eagle on there, and just always cool to see them go down the lanes. And we have quite a few flex machines as well. The guys are getting a little more of a workout this week, but yeah, the staff definitely does a great job making sure these kids are bowling on a fair but tough condition.
Yeah, the company takes a great deal of pride, and our owner John Davis, when he hired me, literally walked me over to the lane walker that was at the training center and pointed, and he said, 8 minutes a day, meaning you want this machine to take care. If you take care of this machine 8 minutes a day, it'll take care of you. And we really, our job here is to really make sure the equipment's running properly, and that they're bowling on sole right now to make sure that that's the pattern that's down on the lane. And most of the guys at Kegel all bowl, and so they know what it's like for a bowler to go into a tournament and say, this is what you're playing on, and the bowler to have confidence that that's exactly what they're playing on. So I know they look forward to this tournament, and I know they take a great deal of pride in going to sleep at night, that we did the best job we could.
All right, we're joined by Dell Warren of Kegel here at the 2015 USBC Junior Gold Championships presented by Storm, Rotogrip, and Master. We are waiting for our next group of competitors here to move to our feature pairs. We're behind lanes 15 through 18. Game 2 will be underway in just a few minutes. With so much going on here, Dell, is there any particular favorite moments, just having the ability to come out here every year, just things you look forward to about Junior Gold?
One of the great joys of my life is working with the kids, and we get a lot of kids through our camps at the training center, of course through Weber, and even coming in early, and you see them develop. And we've got about 50 kids here between Weber and the training center that we work with, and so it's really neat to see them, because you remember when they first came in, you remember what they looked like when they first started, and to see them progress and grow. We've had several kids over the years make Team USA, and it's not just an individual thing. Like when I grew up bowling on the tour, it was individual bowling. You're sharing this with families, and it's everyone gets involved, and so it becomes a personal thing, and it's and exciting to see this event go down to the nitty-gritty, where we had Gary Faulkner, who bowled for us at Weber, won Junior Gold 1 year, and Ashley Galante, and making Team USA, and several. TJ Burrell got selected for Team USA, and when that happens, we're crying and hugging mom and dad, and so we've been very blessed to be in a position to be able to train the kids and be a part of that. And back then there was probably 1,300 entries into this event, and now look what it's grown to. So it's pretty cool, especially in a day and age where we're wondering where bowling's going. And when you see this, and you see the excitement in this, and high school bowling and college bowling, it makes you feel really good. And that these are the future stars, and that you're going to be seeing on television.
Absolutely, and that's you talked about the process kind of, and Junior Gold being one of the first big events these kids have the opportunity to compete in, especially with the new under 12 division, and just working their way up through the high school ranks, through the collegiate. And of course, now the PWBA Tour is back. Just kicked off the tour portion of it, if you will, last week in Sacramento, and just we continue hearing good news from that, and it's great that these young ladies have something to definitely to look forward to and strive for.
Wow, I tell you, it's been a long time since I've given lessons at the training center to so many former college bowlers that have put their business careers and whatever they're doing on hold. Some have taken hiatus. Some have literally said, listen, I'm not going to do this anymore. I've dreamt about going on the tour, and now there is one. I'm going. And they're fit. They're smart. They've got a lot of experience that they bowled for major college programs. They've won national championships. And I'm excited. It's the most between how much this tournament's up and the ladies tour. I'm thrilled about what could happen in the future. And I know the girls understand that, that they're going to have to be accessible to the public. They're going to have to be fan friendly. And I think they're just really grateful to have a shot.
Certainly so, and the numbers have proven it so far. The first event sold out. Actually had to open up the field, and just we had a news release on bowl.com today about 4 more events selling out. So the excitement is definitely there as we are getting ready here for game number 2 of the under 15 advancers round. Total of 5 games here now. I know with the Kegel rule of 31, with a 39-foot pattern, generally you want the ball exiting the pattern right around the 8 board or so. What, if you could give these kids any advice here coming out here to attack this pattern, what would you offer up?
Well, a couple things. I've been in this center now 4 or 5 days, and as you know, we've done did all the initial studies on topography, so it's getting more and more prevalent where coaches are really not just watching how the oil is depleting, but you're watching how the ball rolls to the shape of the lane. And I want to see him in the ball track right now. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, pretty straight, rolling up the back of the ball with something that's really doesn't do a lot. The patterns here, because of the surface, they're playing very wet, dry front to back, which means I've got to have control of the break point. That's number one. You don't want to cross a lot of boards. You don't want to have a lot of side turn on the ball, and something maybe pinned down, and something with a little bit of surface, maybe 2,000, 3,000, and just try to roll the ball. And once you get control of the break point, if you notice out here, a lot of the girls and the guys are playing the same part of the lane, which should mean later in the block they should open up a little bit. And it's nice to see. We used to see a lot more even in rounds like this where people would be playing all over the place. And the knowledge has gotten better, and they know a little bit more what to do at an early age. So that should help increase the scoring pace here later. But when you see the balls coming off the back of the pattern, it makes a left turn, and we got to get control of that.
All right, some great insight there. Once again, joined by Dell Warren, representing Kegel, the official lane maintenance provider here at Junior Gold this week, and many of the USBC championship events, and of course, head coach over at Weber International. Coming to our feature pair here on the ladies' side. She'll be up in just a second on lane 16. Brogan Zengel made a run here at Junior Gold last year, ended up finishing second in the under 15 division. So nice to see her continuing on and making another cut here. I believe she was actually second overall coming into the advances round after 14 games.
And of course, when I'm in the back, I get to hear all the conversations between the parents and the kids and the coaches as well. A lot of college coaches here, a lot of high school coaches, and a lot of coaches just following their kids from all over the country to try to support the families. And it's tough on the families, I'll tell you. I've seen parents have to take a walk around the block a few times, and but not in a bad way, but they want to see their son or daughter do very well, and it's heart-wrenching sometimes, especially when right now we've got a few kids right on the bubble, on the cut of the bubble, and it's you feel for them. I've done just as much counseling almost with parents as I have with the kids. A lot of the kids are just fine. They're just soaking it up and enjoying it, and they want to do well. But I love it when they come in with no expectation and they can just allow all their hard work to come through. And I think that's another good piece of advice is that, we set goals, but the difference between setting goal and having so much of an expectation that you can't just relax and enjoy and bowl like you know how to bowl.
Certainly a solid point there. Talking about the parents, like I said, this place is jam-packed with supporters and well-wishers of these kids, and it was great to, they actually had all the kids before the round started step up to the approach and just got a massive round of applause, just celebrating that what they've accomplished so far. And for some of these kids, as you mentioned, this is going to be the end of their 2015 run. But just making that first cut is usually a big stepping stone for a lot of folks to have that confidence that, hey, I can make a run here, and probably motivates them as well to even come back stronger and when they return in 2016.
Exactly right. Sometimes it's just one little breakthrough that allows them to jump 3 or 4 tiers in terms of talent, because it really is about a belief system along the way and how you handle adversity. But a lot of times they plateau, and they just need that one little breakthrough that basically says, hey, I can do this, and I can play with these people that I look up to, and you know what, they never know when that's going to come, but at junior gold, that's pretty powerful.
Certainly so, especially at such a young age to kind of have that realization, and of course having the 3 different age divisions, making the step up to the next division as well, definitely got to be a little bit intimidating for some of these kids, whether it's under 12 moving up into the under 15 group, competing against kids who are a little bit older with a little bit more experience, and same thing moving on up to the under 20. But we've also seen some of those young kids excel. Our under 20 champion last year, Brianna Clemmer, had just won the under 15, I believe, 2 years before. So, and she's been on Team USA a few times now for the juniors, and certainly done well for herself.
A lot of times, a lot of the kids that come to training center, I get to see them maybe twice a year, and in between those times, I don't recognize them. They'll go on these growth spurts, and all of a sudden they're what they're practicing and what they're doing is they get bigger, stronger, faster just overnight. And we do their before and afters from the previous time, and it's an amazing transformation. And with, we're in the technology age right now, the information age, where as much information is there about how to play the game today, and all the things on YouTube and some of the things that we post from the training center. And we do a lot of, every year we do a series of videos with the ITRC and the coaching staff there with Stephen Padilla, Rod Ross. We're just sharing information all over the place, along with, there's several coaches out there making a living coaching. It's such a platform for the kids to learn at a much faster rate than we certainly did in juniors. And it's just amazing how they know how to use Avalon pads and how to, and switch balls. And it's just at a much, maybe even 10 years younger, they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're in the early stages of Game 2 in the under 15 advancers round. Aaron Smith alongside Dell Warren joining us here on Bowl TV. Dropping some great insight as one of the premier coaches in not only the country but the world. Now, Dell, will know you're here for Kegel to help the lane maintenance, make sure everything with lane maintenance is is taken care of and running smoothly, but as a collegiate coach as well, I'm sure you use this opportunity to kind of scout out a little bit. But when you're just kind of walking around the center, obviously it's there's so much going on here. Just as a coach looking at the next generation of talented bowlers out here, just kind of what things, you know, will catch your eye if you're just kind of watching a group, and just what kind of grabs your attention out there?
Well, I'm big in fundamentals because we really want to teach the kids today to have good, solid fundamentals. Not only for the obvious thing of you got to be able to adjust to the lanes much more today, and the transitions are bigger, so you've got to create bigger shapes, and need more energy on the ball than we did in the past. And so versatility, in order to have the versatility that you need, you got to have the fundamentals, but really more of a safety factor as well, and not getting the body in an odd position to where you're putting stress on your knee and your low back and your shoulder. I'm really looking for something that's somebody's got a nice foundation. And I'll ask about who their coach was. I know hundreds of coaches around the country, and so you kind of know who is putting the right program together. And I know a lot of the college coaches up north come down to Florida where we're at because they know that they're getting some pretty good coaching. And you know, I watched how they handle adversity. I don't really bother the kids while they're at this event, but if the parents want to talk, it gives me a chance to find out a little more about the family and how involved they are. And I love to work with parents that do bowl, because then they have a little bit of understanding of the nuances of the game. It really it helps the coach parent relationship, as well as you know, maybe if the parents have bowled for a long time, the child's been around it a long time, and that's really valuable as well. And, you know, but on the other hand, you know, when you get a brand new family involved, and they really get hooked, man, the excitement of when they start to learn the sport and how involved the entire family is in the sport, that's pretty refreshing. You know, so we get all kinds. This is really a hub for this. I've had some nice lunches here with families asking me questions about our program, and you know, Weber's a small school, and so we don't offer things like engineering or nursing, and so it's nice to have parents can say, listen, you know, where would you recommend? We'd love to come to Weber, you just don't have the degree that we're looking for. Mm-hmm. You know, where would you recommend our son or daughter go? And that's a pretty big compliment that they would ask my opinion on that. So, so good, solid fundamentals, and I like smiles. I like to see that they're enjoying what they're doing, and that way when they have to work hard to get to the next level, it's not really like work. You know? So, and it's an awful lot to choose from. It gets I keep notes on my phone, keep little notes in kind of code that I understand a little bit more, so when I review it later, I can kind of remember who it was that I spoke to. But it's in some ways I get home at the end of the day and I'm just exhausted. My brain's
I could imagine
pretty fried.
The Dell Warren Da Vinci Code, available soon.
That's right.
Nice shot there by Crystal Elliott. 3 out of 4 to start here in game 2. Now, Dell, you mentioned Weber, not necessarily one of the biggest schools size-wise and for what they offer, but obviously the bowling program has certainly taken off and have a few national titles under your belt there, and that's one of the things I've been I've enjoyed watching as having the opportunity to go out on Bowl TV and cover a few events throughout the year and be at the ITCs and stuff like that. But it just amazes me how quickly programs are able to kind of get together and just how much interest there is. Along with the Weber program, since we're not too far away, and this is kind of my home turf, Calumet College with Mike Kubacki. has really built a pretty solid program, and now he's even stealing some of the Florida guys here and there from you guys. But
he's doing a great job of that, let me tell you.
But I just think it's so great that so many schools want to get involved, and it's not just having the program; it's about doing it right, and that's just another great stepping stone for these kids to look forward to.
Our philosophy, John Davis, when dreamt of the training center, in his plans was to start a college team, and I was really blessed to come along at a time where he said, listen, I've always wanted to do this, can you help me get this started? And we were fortunate that Weber actually approached us first, and it's been a heck of an experience. We're getting ready to start our 8th year. It's the most exciting thing I've ever done, the most fulfilling thing. And we really structured the program. John used to ask me all the time, are we turning out good kids? Are we turning out the next leaders? And very rarely did he ever ask me how they were bowling. So it was important to him that the vehicle was bowling, but the program got them ready for the next phase of their life. And things like integrity and honesty and doing the right thing when no one's around, and teamwork and all the things you hear about. And we really stressed very hard in our program, and we've had some great matches with other colleges, and that were very respectful matches and heartfelt matches, and we've been on the winning side of those and the losing side. So our kids really want to win, just like everyone else. But I'll tell you, we had a great season last year, and we got defeated in nationals. And I'll tell you what, the things that our team said after that about how great the season was, even though we didn't win the national championship last year, just goes to show you that, and some of the things that I heard other teams say after they lost, I'm really proud to be a part of that, just a small part of just seeing how much college bowling has grown. And USBC, how involved they are in making sure that we get on television, that's huge. Some of these kids will never get another opportunity to play on television, and that'll be on video and something they can show their grandkids with and say, hey, there's Granddad on television. That's spectacular, something you'll remember the rest of your life.
Absolutely, and CBS Sports Network brought us the shows of the ITC and ISC this year, and they're actually going to be doing the finals here at Junior Gold for each division. So another first for this tournament as it continues to grow. When we get down to the nitty gritty, television lights will be up, and those are scheduled to air in August, I believe.
It's fabulous. Our team, win or lose, stays every year all the way to the end, and they watch the show and see what they can learn, and they have friends on all the teams, and some of them they didn't meet till they got into college bowling, and they became friends, and so they have their favorites too, and when we're not competing, they have our favorites, and we have a great relationship with the training center. We have a lot of college teams that bring their teams to our facility to train, and talk about a wonderful compliment that they know we're going to be competing against each other, and I want teams at their best, and plus a lot of our kids in Florida, like I said, we don't have their major, or they want to actually leave Florida to go to school. And it's nice to see them on the other side. We'll be standing in a line, as you know, in college bowling. You're on left lane or right lane. The other team's right next to you. You're standing right next to the coach, and know that, hey, 3 or 4 years ago, you grew up in the training center, and now you bowl for one of the powerhouse teams. It's just, I don't know, it's indescribable sometimes.
You can only imagine. It's, like I said, they almost... they get to be your kids for just a little while, and you get to see them grow up through the sport, even if it's maybe not necessarily at your program. You still want to see them do their best and continue on and succeed out there. And
I saw Gregory Young earlier, and of course most people know who he is, and he grew up at Kegel. Actually, he and Mike Coffey both. They were Kegel kids, and I've got a video of Gregory when he was about 8 years old in our video archive, and so here he is. He's made junior team at USA several times, won medals, and now he bowls for McKendree, and we bowled against each other several times last year and had a great time, and real close with his parents, and hope Sandy's listening out there. But I saw him here today, you know, and he's not juniors anymore, and he was carrying a bowling ball up and down the concourse, and I said, yeah, Greg Young, Team USA, the ball boy. You know? And he's really tall now, you know. I'm 6'5", and he's not 6'5", he's 6'4", you know. I remember he's this little kid.
You definitely have a distinct advantage being so tall in a tournament like this.
For sure.
As well as at the collegiate events, the way the kids stand up and are following each other right on the approach, shot after shot, seeing what's going on and being there as a supportive teammate as well, whether the outcome is what you're hoping for or not. But yes, the tall factor, very helpful. I'm jealous.
I hear you. You know, as you get older, there tends to be some back problems, you know, as you get older. So, and, you know, I wish I was about 5'4" when I travel on airplanes. That would make it a little bit nicer.
All right, we're in the middle of game 2 of the advancers round for the under 15 boys and girls. Behind lanes at 15, 16, 17, and 18 at Stardust Bowl in Addison, Illinois for the 2015 Junior Gold Championships presented by Storm, Rotogrip, and Master. I'm Aaron Smith, joined by Dell Warren from Kegel, our official lane maintenance provider.
You can see the lane's starting to break down. The girls are moving in. And I've already seen a few ball changes. It's pretty impressive.
Definitely the transition of going from pair to pair, not only knowing what the pattern did on the previous pair, but getting an opportunity to kind of break down the code of the invisible opponent.
How about all the two-handers this week?
I've seen a few in my short time here.
I don't know what the facts are, but my guess it's increasing at a rate of about 4 to 5% a year, it seems like. And they're pretty good. They're pretty good, I'll tell you.
Saw some pretty good ones earlier today in the under 20 round that was going on here. And yeah, it was definitely impressive. See them definitely throw a few little pins around a little bit.
Nice rhythm. They make it look really very easy. And we transitioned a gentleman by the name of Phil Friedman from redshirt freshman a couple years ago, and he trained a full year, and he just really couldn't get the rev rate he was looking for, and we changed him to two-hand, and he's been doing it now 2 years, and it's quite impressive. And I really like the style. I really like how efficient it is when it's taught correctly, and especially to watch the little kids do it. If you remember when you watch little kids play, especially if they're really small, the ball pulls them around. But two-handed style allows them to hold that ball close to their body, and they use their legs correctly, which in today's sport, we really want to use the 4 main muscle groups to throw the bowling ball instead of the shoulder and the arm. And so they gravitate to this so easy, and I think in a lot of ways, because it's so easy to hook the ball, it's a lot of fun.
Oh,
know?
For sure. It's funny you mentioned that, talking about the two-handers, and Lucas passed along an email to me. We actually had the kids, or a large majority of them, filled out information sheets about just some basic information, average coming in, high game, high series, and favorite bowler. And some guy named Jason Belmonte seemed to pop up a lot on the favorite bowler part. So the kids definitely enjoy watching Belmo, and who wouldn't, to be honest with you, as dominant as he's been the past few years. It's been definitely exciting, winning the Masters 3 times in a row.
I mean, think about it. If you're young coming up and you're just starting to watch bowling, and you see this unusual style, plus all the commentating about his style, and he's been dominant. When I was a kid, my first person I emulated was John Reinhold. He was the high average bowler in our bowling center, and he shot the most 700s, and you didn't even really know. You just watched him and said, wow, that's the best bowler in the center, and you just emulated that. So there's got to be a lot of that going on worldwide, and as well as the style matches up to the environment right now. And so, heck, that's what a revolution, and to see that happening, and to have someone that young get excited about an athlete on television, I think it's great for our sport.
Certainly so, and I guess I got the opportunity just walking around, so especially on the guys' side. I don't know, have there been a lot of, from what you've seen this week, have there been a lot of two-handers on the girls' side as well? Or is that still?
I've seen one. We had one come to our combine. We had a college combine a little bit last year at Kegel, and saw one come in. And I'll tell you what, there's going to be some dominant females going two-hand. There's no question there's going to be. When they're going to come, I'm sure it's right around the corner. Because if you know how to teach it correctly, you're using your entire body to throw the ball. And the females have a hard time getting those fingers on the equator, underneath the equator of the ball, and their hands are smaller, their wrists aren't quite as strong. So who knows, and it's going to be interesting to see how that style evolves. We've had two dominant players in Osku and Jason. Think about it, they're pretty close to the same age, from two different continents, with no previous past to say, hey, this is how I want to bowl, and they came at the same time, and there's got to be something to this. I don't think there's nothing coincidental about it. And but who knows? What's going to be interesting is how this is going to evolve, because there's no previous history, and are they doing it the most efficient way? We're using it on video and saying this is how you need to do it. How do we know?
That's true.
So and then what's the next evolution of lane conditioners and application and bowling balls, because the environment is really what dictates. And so I think this is gonna open up a whole new way to play, and how we make moves and how we switch balls, and the environment dictates the strategies on which you have to succeed. And who knows? 10 years from now, we may be going, wow, there's a one-hander. Wow, there's a one-hander. There's a one-hander.
Exactly.
Man, he's old school. He's 450 RPMs with one hand. You never know.
That's true.
You never know.
It's one of the great things, just being able to watch this game evolve, and hear a lot of clapping over a few pairs away. Actually, one of the kids who was on our featured pair in game one, Sean Connolly, started off with the front 8 before it looks like a 4-pin stopped his run, looking to add a perfect game to the docket here in 2015.
And I've heard all the speeches they got it from me about making spares. We still I think we've got a lot of work to do to teach the kids early on. I think they know the correct technique. I just think we're in an era of throwing a lot of strikes. Especially they all come from house conditions, as we all grew up, right now. But the mechanics, what works on a house shot, the swing lines, much different than what is the demands of playing on sport, and then playing on sport against at a high level against the best in the country, and really having a great spare technique, but mostly taking pride in taking a lot of care of saying, you know what, I'm a great spare shooter. And not to sound old, but in our era, we didn't throw a lot of strikes. The technology wasn't there, and so everyone relied on spares. And so that was really the emphasis, because that's how you scored. And today, there's going to be a lot of kids at all these divisions that miss the cut and miss Team USA not because of how many strikes they threw, but because of making spares. So I really think it's a mindset that kids need to say, you know what, I'm a great spare shooter. I know how to get to the pocket, but if you're going to beat me, I'm not going to give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
And
got to earn it.
I think it's a mindset that the training center, USBC coaches out there that really need to set early on with these kids. And I know it's tough because when they grow up in junior leagues, they see all the high scores. But the other thing that'll happen is if they know they're going to make a spare before they shoot it, it takes a lot of pressure off your strike ball. If they get in a situation where, wow, you know, I don't have a lot of confidence in my spares right now, it puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the other side, the first ball. So I think that's an opportunity for the industry and for coaches to kind of instill that into the kids.
And you can see that even here with the under 15 round advancers. We went to 65 for the guys and 41 advanced for the ladies to this round. And to make it into the guys top 65, it took a 176 average. And for the girls, I believe it was 169. So definitely allowing some spare opportunities out there to get away. So that's definitely something to continue on, to continue to work on. And
technique is so important, and everybody can go low axis and end over end. See a lot of people try to overthrow the ball, and they make spare shooting more complicated than it needs to be. You know, so when they get that technique down, spare shooting becomes very simple. I'm going from point A to point B, and my swing lines are going to be perpendicular to my angle, and you know, I'm going to roll up the back of the ball so the ball won't hook, and I'm going to play the proper angle so that I take the chop out of the equation, and I'm going to expose more of that lead pin so that if I do make a little bit of error, I got some margin of error to make the spare, and it's really pretty much that simple. And but it's really, I believe, in talking to parents and kids, it's more of a mindset. And as they climb the ladder, the better players, just like in the elite era, don't miss spares. You know? So.
All right. Well, Dell, we're not going to keep you here all night. I know you're a busy man and have a lot of work left to do, but I want to thank you so much for joining us here on Bowl TV and spending a few minutes talking to us about Kegel and Weber International, and of course this great event here, Junior Gold. So thank you so much. We appreciate the time.
It's a pleasure being on, and I know everybody out there is following their favorite bowlers, and they have friends here and family, and just keep supporting the event. And man, it's going to be an exciting finish. There's some great bowlers here, and we're looking for bigger and brighter things, and these are the stars coming up. So thank you very much for having me on.
Thank you, Dell. All right, once again, Dell Warren joining us here on Bowl TV. Dell, the coach at Weber International and a part of the Kegel Company, the official lane maintenance provider here at the 2015 USBC Junior Gold Championships, presented by Storm, Rotogrip, and Master. I appreciate him offering the insight for Game 2 here. And now the real treat, Lucas Wiseman is back, everybody.
Oh yeah. Just posted a video on our USBC Facebook page. Just got some breaking news here. Thomas Peters of Belleville, Illinois, with a 300 game tonight.
Nice.
At Brunswick Zone River Grove. And we got the final shot on video thanks to Gary Brown, our staff out there at Brunswick Zone River Grove. And so congratulations to Thomas with the 300 game. And you can find that video at facebook.com/USBC.
Glad to hear Gary Brown's finally doing something over there. So
it's the second 300 that they've had over there, I believe.
And we nearly had a run just a few pairs to our right.
I saw that.
Sean Connolly, he ended up finishing with 269. It's a great performance there in Game 2. Looking to secure his spot for some bonus bowling tomorrow. All right, I'm going to critique Gary Brown's work here. Pretty steady. All right, not bad, Gary Brown. Not bad.
Pretty good for a phone.
He's no Lucas Wiseman, but he's
He's probably glad that he's no Lucas Wiseman. Well, looks like we're wrapping up game 2, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
Pretty good. They're going at a pretty good pace so far. All right, since Aaron was chatting it up with Dell Warren, who I would imagine was a great guest. He's always got a lot of insightful things to say.
Had a lot of great stuff to offer.
We will see if we can kind of catch up and talk to you about the bowlers who are on this pair, these pairs, I should say. And it's going to take me a minute because some of they are already done on our girls' pairs.
All right, well, Alex Acostas is stepping up on lane 18 out of Bolingbrook, Illinois. Carries a 203 average, high game 286 with a 712 series. Favorite bowler, Jason Belmonte.
Nice.
Showing off that two-handed style right there. Gets the hit.
And I've got Elise Chambers, who is on 15 and 16 from Ocoee, Florida. 178 average, 702 high series, 300 high game, and Kelly Kulick is her favorite bowler.
Very nice. Stepping up on lane 18 now, Thomas Nichols.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what his city is. I'm going to guess that maybe his family is based on a U.S. military installation in another country. Is my guess based on the
All right.
address. But anyways, continue.
For Thomas, enters with a 215 average, career high 268 with a 661 series. His favorite bowler, Beef Stew, Stu Williams.
Let's see, Allie Leindecker. Not sure I'm saying that right. From Worcester, Ohio. Her average 216, high series 798, high game 299, and her favorite bowler is her dad.
Oh, that's nice.
How about that?
Tyler Grafton stepping up on 17 from Columbia, Illinois with a 192 entering average, high game 289. It's a 737 series. His favorite bowler, Chris Barnes.
And I've got Jalen Hohen from Waukesha, Wisconsin, 212 average, 742 high series, 288 high game, and Missy Parkin is Jalen's favorite bowler.
All right, up on lane 18, just delivered the strike, Kaylin Meeks out of Savannah, Tennessee, a 219 average, has a 300 game and a 797 series. Favorite bowler, I've said this a lot tonight, Jason Belmonte.
Let's see here. Who else did we have on the girls' page? Or girls' side, I should say. Amy Sherman of Jackson, New Jersey. 209 average, 299 high game, 762 high series. Jason Belmonte is Amy's favorite bowler as well.
All right, on 17, Anthony Rexnick out of Hazelwood, Missouri, a 224 average, a high game of 300, owns a 771 series. And I like his answer here for best bowler. He's like, I need more than one. So he's got Wes Milan and Kelly Kulick.
Nice. We've got Sarah Sains, who was on 15 and 16 a minute ago. Murfreesboro, Tennessee, 202 average, 289 high game, 711 high series. And her favorite bowler is Vanderbilt alum Josie Ernest.
Saw Josie walking around, and I believe Sarah finished second in the under-12 division last year to a young lady who will be joining us on our featured pair, Madison Bailey.
And we also had Brogan Zengel on 15 and 16, who was on the U15 developmental team. And she's from Centerville, Ohio, 208 high average, 714 her high series, 268 her high game. And her favorite bowler, she's a very confident young lady, is herself.
Nice. Those lefties. All right, stepping up on lane 18, Max Roars, coming to us from Maple Grove, Minnesota, 201 average. This is high game at 279 and a 730 series. Favorite bowler, Chris Barnes.
And I think our final bowler was Crystal Elliott on 15 and 16 last game from Melbourne, Florida. 223 average, 798 high series, 300 high game. Mike Fagan is her favorite bowler. We've got a whole other group of bowlers on our girls pair. Girls always bowl a little faster than the guys for some reason. I think all of the girls pairs have 7 and one has 6, so they've got they're a little bit more spread out. Did you get through all of the guys on your pair?
I am
I
not.
think so, almost.
I think we still have 1 or 2 more. So we got Alex already stepping up on 17. So make sure we get these last 2 guys as well. Max is going to switch to his spare ball here for the 3-6-10 conversion.
Well, we've got a whole other group of girls on our featured pair. Start running through their favorite bowlers and averages and stuff once they get started with the second frame.
All right, Thomas Nichols stepping up on 17. We gave him the rundown, so we'll have to get Colin Walsh. All right, Colin will be up on 18 in a second. Coming out of Columbia, Missouri, is a 179 average, high game 268, and a 707 series. Favorite bowler. All right, someone new. We haven't said. Lucas, would you like to guess? I will give you a clue that he is like you and myself, an Indiana guy. So.
Oh, goodness. Tim Mack.
Tim Mack. I like the choice, but I'm afraid not.
No? Yeah, how about Eugene McCune?
That's my favorite. Come on.
Who is it?
Ronnie Russell.
Oh, Ronnie Russell. Well, it looks like we're starting the second frame, so we'll start off with our on our feature pair for the girls. Mackenzie Johnson from Jackson, Michigan, 181 average, 622 high series, 235 high game, and Kelly Kulik, a fine choice for her favorite bowler. Kelly's going to be bowling in the PWBA Lubbock Sports Open starting on Friday. Bowl TV on Extra Frame. Matt Canizaro will be there Friday and Saturday for live coverage from Lubbock. And then I'll be back on tour next week in Wichita for the rest of the season with PWBA. Got Amanda Young over on 15 from Newark, Delaware, 181 average, 689 high series, 246 high game. Favorite bowler is Walter Ray Williams Jr.
All right, looks like most of our competitors on 17 and 18 have made their way, so we'll get their rundown in just a few minutes.
Up on 16 is Madison Bailey from Rockland, California, with a great strike there. 210 average, 210 average, 706 high series, 267 high game, and her favorite bowler is one that I don't think we've heard that name yet, Leanne Holsenberg.
How about that?
Fine choice.
Certainly so. We got to see Gary not too long ago. representing Storm. Of course, the sponsor here at the 2015 USBC Junior Gold Championships.
Yeah, we had a nice little meeting with the folks at Storm. They're doing live stream as well. And then MichiganBowler.tv's Craig Elliott is here. We'll have 3 different live streams. And getting ready to bowl on lane 15 is Jada Bassett from Providence, Rhode Island. I officially know 2 people from Rhode Island. 194 average, 663 is her high series, 233 her high game. Her favorite bowler is Shannon O'Keefe, and probably should also be Jasmine Mason as well.
I think so. She's pretty good.
Jasmine standing here watching Junior Team USA member just got done at PabCon in Panama. I think I've got a couple more of the girls to run off their stats from here and do it in just a couple of minutes as they get up on the approach. We're in game number 3 of 5 here in our advancers round for U15 boys and girls. We made the first cut today in the U15 division. 1 and 7 advanced from qualifying. They bowled 14 games of qualifying, bowling 5 games here this evening, and after their 19 game totals, we will be making another cut. And that will be to the top 32 on the U15 boys and the top 24 on the U15 girls. And they will bowl their final advancers round tomorrow afternoon at 1:30. Start match play tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And we'll have 2 rounds tomorrow night of match play, and then match play continues Friday morning. And then we'll be taping our TV shows on Friday afternoon.
All right, it's stepping up on 18. Caleb House just saw a shot go down the lane. Out of... Oh, I'm going to mess this one up. Sorry, people of Missouri. Bonterry, maybe?
Sounds good to me.
All right. Caleb with a 205 average, high game of 300. There you go, Caleb, in a 764 series. A favorite bowler, Mike Fagan. Up on 17, staring down a 2-pin is Gage Stelling. Gage out of Apoka, Florida, 201 average.
I'm sorry, from where?
Popka.
There you go, a Popka. You're like a Popka. I'm like, excuse me?
All right, I've been knocked down a peg by a former Floridian. Okay. But Gage coming in with a 201 average, has a 300 game as well, and an 822 high series. Very nice. Favorite bowler, Jason Belmonte.
We had Peyton Coons of Montgomery, Illinois. 196 average, 697 high series, 268 is her high game. And given that she's from Montgomery, Illinois, it's no surprise that her favorite bowler is also from Montgomery, Mr. Sean Radish.
I knew the answer to that. All right, let's see.
And I had Madison Janik, who just finished up on 15 from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Favorite bowler is Jason Sterner, 208 average, 290 high game, and 791 high series. And that should be all the girls on 15 and 16.
All right, we have Mateo Cittadino coming to us from Webster, New York. That's unfortunately all the information we have on Mr. Cittadino. Joseph Romano staring down a Greek church. He's from Wake Forest, North Carolina. Average of 180, high game at 279. And another fan of Jason Sterner.
Wow.
Jason Sterner fan club growing here at Junior Gold. All right, Braden Fowler stepping up on 17. Coming to us from Bowling Green, Kentucky. And able to get the 4-pin to fall there as a 185 average. High game, 288. 752 series is his highest. And Pete Weber, PDW. His favorite bowler. What are the odds if we go through all these 3,000 plus names that Lucas Wiseman or Aaron Smith shows up on there?
Zero chance.
All right, Nicholas Bowman stepping up on lane 18. Now, see, Nicholas should have you as his favorite bowler because he's from Indianapolis.
Oh, how about that?
Carrying a 221 average, high game at 289, high series 772. Also a fan of Ronnie Russell. All right, and Christian Bertoletti out of East Alton, Illinois, will be stepping up on lane 17 in just a second. 203 average, owns a perfect game. The high of 776 for a series favorite bowler, Sean Rash. So I think that covers our under 15 boys feature pair too, so we're moving right along here. So Lucas, I'm on Twitter right now,
Yes.
and you should have asked me to approve that picture before. I did not just have 6 cups of coffee, but it looks like I did.
And we got photobombed.
And we got a photo bomb too.
Yeah, having a little fun here. Sent out a picture of Aaron and I here from behind the scenes.
Yeah, certainly a lot of fun here at Junior Go. Always an adventure, especially as the field continues to grow and grow at this great event. But yeah, if we can have a little fun while we're at it too, we're gonna do it. Once again, big thanks to everyone for joining us here on Bowl TV tonight. And big thanks to our sponsors, Storm, Rotogrip, and Master, presenting the 2015 Junior Gold Championships. Of course, Kegel, the official lane maintenance provider. We had Kegel's Dell Warren on with us last game. Offered some great insights, so be sure to check that out on the archive later on tonight if you missed it. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/BowlTV, when you finish up here.
I just was kind of doing an informal search of our database here. We had a little bio information from 3,500 bowlers. Not that many showed up to bowl, but that's how many we had info from. And I had Jason Belmonte as being the #1 favorite bowler. And he was the favorite bowler of over 600 of the youth bowlers on that list.
Wow.
I didn't check every name, and some of them, they didn't have the name spelled right, whatever, but Norm Duke had 254, Chris Barnes 212, Pete Weber 187, Kelly Hulick 122. So it's pretty widespread as far as who is the favorite bowler. Not all of them had answers in there, so it's not a total source of information, but interesting to know that Jason Belmonte would be the favorite bowler of these youngsters, which makes sense. He's the hottest, most popular player on tour these days. So,
and that was something Dell and I talked about for a little bit, just the amount of two-handers
there's a lot of two-handers
he's seen out here this week, and
sure,
certainly how that style has evolved over the course of the past few years. And yeah, that Belmonte guy, he's done all right.
don't forget to check out our USBC Facebook page. We have that video of the final shot of the 300 game by Thomas Peters, just bowled about a half an hour ago at Brunswick Zone River Grove. Looks like almost 3,000 views already on that video. It's pretty good. Watching Bowl TV's live coverage of the Junior Gold Championships presented by Storm, Rotogrip, and Master. Closing in on the halfway point of our coverage tonight.
I must say, Lucas, just being here today, and I'm sure you got to see it throughout the rest of the week, but it's I think it's good to be in the jersey business nowadays.
Yeah,
These,
for sure.
A lot of kids have their own custom jerseys made. I remember when it was a big deal back in the day to just have your name embroidered on the back of the shirt, so it has certainly evolved since there, but it's awesome seeing all these kids, you know, dress for success, if you will, looking good out on the lanes and having some pretty cool designs as well.
Yeah, getting to pick what you want to have on your jersey. It's pretty cool, and they had some pretty cool jerseys this week that were from the tournament. It said Chicago on them and other stuff. They were pretty cool. Check out the highlight videos that I put together on our Bowl TV channel on YouTube. You can see a nice variety of the jerseys as well.
I've seen a lot of them that have the outline of their state on them. One of the guys on our featured pair has his state on it, and he sat down, and I don't remember what the state was, but yeah, very cool. A lot of great pride and support of their of the game and where they're coming from. It's Joseph Romano, by the way. That's North Carolina. So I learned something new today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Buffalo Lanes has got a lot of youth bowlers that bowl in the Junior Gold Championships. Start streaming tomorrow morning, bright and early, 7:30 Central Time. U20 and U12. The U20s, it'll be their advancers round. The U12, it will be their final advancers round, as they only make one cut in the U12s.
Nice start in game 3 for Amari Blonde. 5 out of the first 7 start with the front 4.
You know what? I think I might have missed her on the when we were doing the bios. Yeah, I think I did. Amari Blonde, Flint, Michigan, 183 average, 810 high series.
Nice.
And a 300 high game.
Very impressive.
And her favorite bowler is Jason Belmonte. I just heard a foul light go off. Have a feeling that strike is going to get wiped off the board on lane 18, and it looks like it is. Bowman went over the line.
Yeah, that's a tough break, working on 2 in a row after a few early opens for Nicholas.
Yeah, you lose a lot of count with that foul on a double.
Madison Bailey getting ready to step up on lane 15, the winner of the under 12 division at the 2014 event. So she moved up into the next age bracket. Not showing any intimidation as she takes on the challenge of the under 15 division, making the first cut here. Throws a great shot there for her first double here in game 3. right, we're past the halfway point here in game number 3 at the under 15 advancers round. We are at Stardust Bowl in Addison, Illinois for the 2015 USBC Junior Gold Championships presented by Storm, Rotogrip, and Master. I'm Aaron Smith alongside Lucas Wiseman, bringing you the action behind lanes at 15 through 18. I want to thank everyone for spending some time on their Wednesday evening to join us here on Bowl TV. And I'm sure these kids appreciate the support as well as they make the run at Junior Gold glory. Just outside of the Chicagoland area. If you want to see some updates on Junior Gold in social media, be sure to check out the Sport of Bowling on Facebook, facebook.com/USBC. Lucas talked a little bit about a 300 recently at one of the other centers. Just posted a video up there. Thomas Peters of Belleville, Illinois shot a 300 at Brunswick Zone River Grove just about, or the video posted just about 35 minutes ago. So be sure to check that out. And of course, follow the USBC on Twitter at USBC. Bowl.com/Junior Gold will give you all the information on this year's event. And if you want to follow the standings, juniorgold.bowl.com has all the standing sheets for each division. So be sure to check those out, see how your favorite players are doing. See, the question was already answered in the chat. We are bowling on the World Bowling Soul pattern, 39 feet in length. This kid's competing on a variety of different conditions throughout the week, so definitely need to prove the versatility out there. Check out what the soul pattern looks like. Go to bowl.com/sportbowling to see the new Sport Bowling Resource Center. You can scroll down and click on the Kegel USBC Championships and World Bowling Patterns link. And that will lead you, if you scroll down a little bit, to get a look at the soul pattern. girls pair just kicking off the 10th frame here in game number 3. The guys are setting up the foundation frame right now. We will bowl another 2 games here to finish up the under 15 advancers round. We had 65 boys and 41 girls advance to this portion. After 2 more games, the top 32 boys and top 24 girls will advance to the final advancers round. That'll take place tomorrow. Be sure to visit bowl.com/livestream to get a look at the schedule for the rest of Junior Gold. The Bowl TV cameras will be up along with a few other broadcasts going on simultaneously here from Junior Gold. Our sponsor Storm will have a live stream booth set up as well, and our good friend Craig Elliott over at Michigan Bowler TV also swung by after finishing up with the Detroit Cup just the other day. So we will have 3 live streams going. Sometimes not all at the same time, but it'll be a great variety here. Get the opportunity to see a lot of bowlers as well, so it's going to be exciting. We are very excited to bring this action to you. Question in the chat about the under 20 advance round, and that'll be tomorrow morning bright and early, starting at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 here locally. The final advances round for under 15 and under 20 will start at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, 1:30 here in Chicagoland. Afraid there is no live scoring this week. We've had that at a few other events in the past, but so if you were hoping to follow someone else, I'm afraid you just have to check out the PDFs on juniorgold.bowl.com as those update game by game. So unfortunately, the live scoring is not wasn't an option here this week, but we're doing our best to provide all that information through bowl.com. shot there from Madison Bailey, who's going to help wrap up game number 3. She can still get to 216 here with 2 more strikes. And Mari Blonde had a nice 214 game on our girls feature pair, and Madison will have the opportunity to sneak by her by a few pins here after the double. Washout on the fill, good place for it. Nice 210 game. All right, so we have our final offerings here for game 3. As competitors start to move once again, and we will have a brand new group here in game number 4 in just a few minutes, so everybody hang tight. We'll be right back here on Bowl TV for games 4 and 5 of the under 15 advancers round. So everybody hang tight, we'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, I have to go already again. All right.
Game number 4 underway on our girls feature pair. We have a few of the guys already here. Once everyone makes it over, they'll start game 4. All right, Kylie Frick stepping up on lane 16 out of Schaumburg, Illinois. Has an average of 186, high game of 277, and a 679 series. Favorite bowler, the real deal, Bill O'Neill. Candace Bradley stepping up on 15 out of Farmington Hills, Michigan. Carries a 190 average, high game of 276. Has a 748 high series. Favorite bowler, Mike Fagan. Catherine Corbin unable to get the 4-pin out on lane 16. Coming from Romney, West Virginia. Carries a 190 average. High game 265, high series 666. Favorite bowler, Kelly Kulick. Amanda Vogt stepping up on lane 60. The left-hander comes out of Pleasant Grove, California with an average of 178. She carries a high game of 257, high series of 631. Favorite bowler, Jason Belmonte. Gia Denaro will have to convert the 8-pin here. In the second frame, comes out of Fairport, New York. Has an average of 198, high game 274, and a high series of 713. Favorite bowler, Norm Duke. Tommy White will be next up on 15. She's coming out of Sparks, Nevada. Coming in with an average of 214, high game of 288. And a best series of 732. Her favorite bowler, Chris Barnes. I believe we have one more young lady to get the description of. And the guys are just about ready to start here in just a minute or two. They have the scoreboard back up here for our men's feature pair on 17 and 18, so they'll be getting underway in just a sec. Addison Hersberg stepping up on lane 15, coming out of Wichita, Kansas. Average 205, high game 268. It was a high series of 725. Her favorite bowler, Justin Romick, a local standout. Had some success on the PBA Tour as well. We'll run down the guys' bios in just a sec here. Starting with Brandon Donahue up on 17, coming out of Webster, New York. Carries a 200 average, high game 278, high series a 760. His favorite bowler, Jack Jurek. All right, Christopher Johnson delivers on 17, coming out of Philadelphia. Has a 221 average, high game of 279, but has eclipsed the 800 mark, 801 high series. Favorite bowler, Sean Rash. On lane 18, Anthony Newer, our under 12 winner at the 2014 event, moving up to the under 15 class. The lefty is out of Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. Carries a 216 average, high game 300, 803 high series. Favorite bowler, Earl Anthony, going old school. Tyler Howard up on 17 out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Carries a 200 average, high game 297 with a high series of 797. His favorite bowler, newly crowned PBA champion, Kyle Troop. Trevor Thompson is up on 18. He's coming from San Diego. Average of 191, high game 274, and a high series of 741. Doesn't list a favorite bowler. Jacob Mullen getting ready to step up on lane 18. Out of Bellingham, Washington. Average of 199. High game, 299. High series, 792. His favorite bowler, Rhino Page.
And while they did it, it's only been a month. While they did it, they hit a nerve and dropped foot. So I'm one pissed off woman.
Go and get some sleep. That guy last night, I don't understand why he didn't. Made no sense.
I don't know. Well, he said he liked watching. I think he's old and lonely.
All right, we are in game number 4 of 5 here in the under 15 advancers round at the 2015 USBC Junior Gold Championships presented by Storm, Roto Grip, and Master. I'm Aaron Smith. Lucas Wiseman is just getting back to the booth here. So after one more game here, we'll cut to the top 32 boys and top 24 girls in the under 15 division.
So what did she explain to you about that rule?
Every bowler has to join a state association. Right now, VA doesn't charge around the world. They're not charged for their association. That's why they're trying to pass it. The VA, the one that Donna's, in charge of. Right now, they're not charged.
That's not why they're raising dues that you guys put out.
Well, right, but right now, they always told us, women have the option to opt out of joining the ladies' state association. That's not technically you have to join a state association, but you don't have to join the other.
All right, still have a few bios to go through here on the boys featured pair. Terrence TJ Rock getting ready to step up on lane 18. Coming from Henderson, Nevada. It's a 210 average, 296 high game, a 780 high series. Nice shot by TJ for an early double. All right, and last but certainly not least for our bios on our under 15 boys pair, Richard Paul III stepping up on lane 18 out of Winton, California. 212 average, 300 high game, 774 series. His favorite bowler, PDW, Pete Weber. He's got the big arm swing just like Mr. Weber there too.
We're in game 4 in our U15 advancers round here at Junior Gold this evening. We'll have live streaming all day tomorrow. and Wednesday and Friday morning as well. Right here on Bowl TV. U20 division and the U12 division are finishing up their qualifying this evening. At different bowling centers throughout the suburban Chicago area. And they'll be making their cuts tonight and bowl first thing in the morning right here live on Bowl TV. Nice strike there by Richard Paul III. As we are moving along, game 4 of 5, so one more game to go after this to wrap up our advancers round for the U15 division. Have a new group of bowlers coming in for game 5 in a few minutes on our girls pair. Boys pair just in the 5th frame, so they've got another half game to go. 10th frame on our girls' pair. Just getting ready to start frame 6 on the boys' side. Just about done. Game 4 on a girls' pair. As Candace Bradley is up on lane 16. Got 8 boys on 17 and 18 this game, one of a few pairs with 8, and that is that's why the pace is slowed down a little bit. It takes just a little bit longer to bowl the game with 8 versus 7, so a lot of the other pairs on the boys' side, maybe I don't know, a handful, half probably are done with game 4. Well, those are the pairs at 7, and then this pair still with about 4 frames to go here in game number 4.
Catherine Corbin looking to bounce back after an open in the 9th frame.
She's had a great game.
Absolutely.
A couple of spares to start, followed by a 6-bagger and then an open. Looked like she had some issues with her footing on that shot. Please, super washout.
Sir, can you stop them from going in there while she's bowling? That's a big distraction. All these girls.
So nice 233 for Corbin. As that wraps up game 4 on our girls' fair. And game 5 should be getting started in just a moment. Looks like the ladies are moving in.
All right, names are up for the girls on 15 and 16. So as soon as everyone gets over, they'll start game 5. Still in game 4 on our boys featured pair here, lane 17 and 18. All right, getting ready to step up on lane of 15. Emily Schrader out of Orland Park, Illinois. Not too far of a drive for her. Or drive for her parents, I should say. This is the under 15 division. Comes in at a 196 average, 258 high game, a 688 high series. Favorite bowlers, Deandra S. Beatty and Don Barrett. Kate Copland leaves the 610 on lane 16 out of Jenks, Oklahoma. Has a 177 entering average. 233 high game, 649 high series. Favorite bowler, Linda Barnes. Keegan Trexler up on 15 out of Cicero, Indiana. Average of 179, high game 235, high series 648. Favorite bowler, I just saw him walking through, Rhino Page. Haley Euchre stepping up on 15 from Minoa, New York. 187 average, a 278 high game. Also has a 712 series. Favorite bowler, Bill O'Neill. Patricia Rosales will be up on lane 16 in just a second as Haley gets the strike. Patricia out of Orlando, Florida. 187 average, 279 career high game, along with a 658 series. Favorite bowler, Kelly Kulick. Alexa Silva about to step up on 16 out of Brentwood, California. Average of 192, high game at 267, high series at 714. Favorite bowler, Missy Parkin.
Got quite a few Missy Parkin fans.
Certainly so. Missy, the very first bowler to sign up for the new PWBA Tour and get her card. frame underway on our boys feature pair on 17 and 18. Nice double there for Tyler Howard. Kick off the 10th. I believe the final bio on our girls feature pair. Angelica Anthony getting ready to step up on lane 15 out of Converse, Texas. 195 average, 279 high game. The owner of a high series of 721, favorite bowler. The real deal, Bill O'Neill.
Bill O'Neill. All right.
Girls are in game 5 already.
And they're bowling quick. Last game for them. They've got 7 on almost all the pairs, so that has helped them to move along at a pretty good clip here. Yeah, 7, I think 1 pair of 6. I'm sure that our guys that are going to be coming into 17 and 18 are already waiting to go. Got 1 pair to our right here, already in the 4th frame of the last game. So we're moving along. Kind of figured we would be here till 11:30, maybe not quite that late. Which we won't complain, because we got to be back here at 6:15 tomorrow morning to get ready to go for our live streaming starting at 7:30.
So that means you're here at 6:15 and I show up at 7:25, right?
As long as you're bringing some breakfast or something.
Definitely going to be a great day tomorrow to sit back, relax, and watch Bowl TV. For the aspiring youngsters who maybe didn't make it to Junior Gold this year or looking to add it to their bowling schedule coming up. They're on summer break, enjoying their time off, so hopefully they'll spend some time with us on Bowl TV. And of course, all the family and friends who maybe couldn't make it out to Chicagoland, tuning in, hoping to see their favorite bowlers making a run. Tomorrow is definitely moving day for every division at Junior Gold, so definitely be fun to watch it unfold here on Bowl TV. So we hope you will join us once again tomorrow. Great finish by Anthony Neward. After a rough middle patch of the game, finishes with the last 5 for 189.
He had a pretty good tournament last year.
I'd say so. He won the under 12 division.
Moving on up.
So getting bumped to the under 15 division due to age, and sorry made a cut here, so definitely a strong start. Nice 212 from Trevor Thompson. Youngster with the big backswing, finishing out game 4 very nicely. Looks like the guys are going to waste no time getting into game 5 here.
Kind of figured that was going to happen. I think they've been chomping at the bit to get on the pair and get moving.
Wyatt Smith will have the honor of kicking off game 5 on lane 18 out of Cape Coral, Florida. It's a 214 average. High game of 300, high series 827. Very nice. Favorite bowler, Pete Weber. Kicking it off on 17 is Joey Preston out of Oswego, Illinois. There's been a guy who's won this tournament from Oswego not too far in the past.
I know the answer to that trivia question.
I know you do.
That would be AJ Johnson.
Fact. Joey's favorite bowler, Jason Belmonte. I don't know how AJ feels about that. We'll have to contact him and make sure about that. Rajan Carter up on 18 out of Chicago, Illinois. Gets the carry to kick off game 5. 201 average, 265 high game. High series is 725. Favorite bowler, Chris Barnes. Tyler Moore will be up next on lane 17 out of Lebanon, Tennessee. 196 average, 277 high game, 704 high series. His favorite bowler, Norm Duke. Staring down the 3-6-10 is Gabe Alvarez out of Wichita, Kansas. Takes care of the spare. Comes in with a 210 average, high game 277, high series 747. His favorite bowler, we said a lot today.
Jason Belmonte.
Jason Belmonte, yes.
I knew it.
It is the safe bet.
I think he's number 1.
Andy Campbell stepping up next on 17 out of Fort Thomas, Kentucky. 221 average, 290 high game, 750 high series. His favorite bowler, also a two-hander. Not Jason Belmonte, though.
Oscar Palermo.
Oscar Palermo.
Aha.
He shows off his two-handed style here. Unable to get back to the pocket, though, to kick off game 5. Final bowler on our boys feature pair, Parker Hearn out of Roscoe, Illinois, carries a 220 average. High game of 300. A 738 series, as is high so far. Lucas, I'll let you guess his favorite bowler since he's our last profile for the night, and it's not Jason Belmonte.
I'm going to go with Chris Barnes.
Winner, winner,
Oh,
chicken
really?
dinner.
Nice. I didn't even cheat. And Aaron can attest that I did not cheat.
It's true, you were very stoic while you were thinking, so.
I gave it some thought. I don't know why it was Chris Barnes that came to mind.
Takes care of that 10 pin like Chris Barnes would. So early mark here in game 5. Girls already in the 8th frame.
And roll it just like that.
41 girls advanced to this round. Only 24 will make it to tomorrow's final advancer round. For the guys, 65 advanced to this round. 32 will advance to the final advancers round. Definitely still a big crowd here at Stardust Bowl in Addison, Illinois. As we creep up on the 11 o'clock hour. You wouldn't know it by looking at this center. This place is packed.
Yeah, and I bet some of these bowlers are tired too, because the U15 division bowled at 7:30 this morning. And maybe some of them got some rest, took a nap, whatever, but I bet they're pretty excited. Maybe they couldn't get to sleep, but up at bright and early this morning, bowling at 7:30, bowled 5 games, some of them bowled 4 games, and now they're back again, finishing up at almost 11. And if they're fortunate enough, they'll be back with us tomorrow at 1:30 for the final advancers round. Good news is for these young boys and girls, they get to sleep in a little bit tomorrow morning.
That's true. They are kids though. They're full of energy. They're ready for this kind of stuff. So
I bet they're going to sleep well tonight.
I would say so.
After all this bowling today.
And after the long day tomorrow, I'm sure we will as well.
I know, right?
Granted, we're not bowling, but we're live streaming in our advanced ages.
We've got a couple of long days though, Aaron. We've got live streaming at 7:30 in the morning and all the way until 9:30 tomorrow night. And then we've got more live streaming on Friday morning starting at 7:30. Fortunately, we're done about lunchtime, but then we have 3 TV shows to be a part of on Friday afternoon. So there's a lot going on this week here at Junior Gold with the addition of TV for the first time in the event's history.
Definitely big news, and
Yeah.
excited for that.
All of the championship matches in all 6 divisions are going to be on CBS Sports Network in August. And then, of course, make sure you tune in to Bowl TV on Extra Frame. Matt Cannizzaro from the PWBA Lubbock Sports Open. He will be out there for live streaming on Friday and Saturday. He's actually going to be competing with us a little bit for live streaming on Friday morning. But we hope you'll tune in to us because we're way more fun than Matt.
That's true.
Plus, we'll be in match play at that point, so it'll be pretty exciting.
It'll be down to the nitty-gritty, yeah. Kids making that final push to advance to make that TV show, so definitely be exciting as it unfolds right here on Bowl TV.
Yeah, 2 rounds of match play tomorrow night at 7:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and then right back on Friday morning with rounds at 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, and 11:30, something like that. I'm not sure if it's exactly those times, but I got my schedule actually. I can look. Let's see. I know they built in an extra half an hour for an oil break, so it's 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 11, and noon are the times for our match play on Friday. And that last round is an if necessary round.
Hey, Big Ten's right here. Come on.
The U12, they get done a little quicker because they have
Just one
less
game.
bowlers. Well, they have less bowlers who advance as well, so they only have an 8-person bracket, I believe. And I think they bowl 1 game, right? Or they bowl 2?
I believe it, or at least last year it was
Yeah,
just
I'm not
one
sure
game.
I'm not sure what it is this year. I probably have that information somewhere. Probably would be good to know, right?
It might be helpful.
2 games.
2
for
games.
U12 this year, yeah.
All right.
I think they wanted to match it up with the other divisions and also for TV purposes have it be the same as the other divisions. Because what they'll do is they'll have each show will be the age group. So it'll be a U12 show with the U12 boys and the U12 girls final, and then same thing for the U15 and the same thing for the U20s.
Of course, if you want to find out this information, be sure to visit bowl.com/juniorgold.
juniorgold.bowl.com. juniorgold.bowl.com.
For the scores.
That's where we want everybody to go.
That's where we want everyone to go.
juniorgold.bowl.com so that we don't crash bowl.com. The problem is in this tournament we have so much traffic on bowl.com that sometimes it can crash.
All right.
We will have lots of information on Facebook and Twitter as well, especially leading up to the TV shows, posting some pictures and stuff like that to remind you to tune in.
Be down to just the boys' feature pair here pretty shortly.
Yeah, and they're gonna bowl pretty quick, I think, because the girls are gonna finish to their left, and the boys' pair to their right is about to finish as well. So they're gonna have nobody on either side, and I would guess that they're gonna bowl pretty quick for the last half of this game.
Come on, kid, roll one well for me right here. Come on.
It's definitely got to be an emotional time for some of these kids as they finish up. This might be the end of their junior gold run for 2015, but we know they can all be back next year.
Yeah, in the U15 division, you know, as long as they qualify, they can either come back in the U15 division or in the U20s.
That's certainly an accomplishment to make it through that first round, and for some folks that's a really big stepping stone to the next level, and just having that confidence knowing you can compete against some of the best in the country. Great cover there. Joey Preston taking care of the 6-7-10.
Well, looks like our girls' fair is done.
Just like that.
It looked like going into that last game or two, Catherine Corbin was in the lead with Brogan Zengel in second and Amari Blonde in third. That was after 17 games. So that was with 2 games left, I guess. Because they both 19, yeah.
19,
So
yeah.
that was with 2 games to go on the girls' side. But they'll have the standings for you at juniorgold.bowl.com as soon as they become available. Still, that was the first pair to finish, by the way, on the girls' side, I think. The other pairs are still bowling.
right, our under 15 girls featured pair at 15-16 already done. So now they get to play the waiting game as the other pairs finish up. Most of them look like they're already in the 10th frame. So going down to that those last few seconds of seeing what the cut's going to look like. Once again, 41 girls advance to this round. 24 will return tomorrow to the final advancers round before match play starts up. So still a long way to go here at the 2015 Junior Gold Championships presented by Storm Rotogruppen and Master. So a big thank you to Kegel, the official lane maintenance provider here at championship events. For the boys, 65 advance to this round. They'll be cut to 32. It's all said and done today. Great shot by the two-hander, Andy Campbell, making it 3 in a row. foundation frame underway in the final game. The under 15 advances round. I want to thank everybody for spending some time on their Wednesday evening with us here on Bowl TV, and we look forward to bringing you more action from the 2015 USBC Junior Gold Championships presented by Storm, Roto Group, and Master, starting bright and early tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 here in Chicagoland.
Get away with it. Come on. Hey, Katie, text me.
Just a few more shots here. Some excited parents hoping their kid's score is enough to advance on to the final advances round tomorrow. Before match play starts, the last push to get those pins. John Carter looking to finish big here. Still has 234 out there. Gets the first one at 10. We'll see if he can add another here in just a second. Conversion can still get to 220. Gabe Alvarez will finish up on lane 17 here. Not the shot he was hoping for. Staring down the 4, 6, 9. Andy Campbell can still get to 224 here. See what the two-hander can muster up here in the 10th. Great offering to kick it off. Still a few pairs going to the right of us. They're in the 9th and 10th frame. Very shortly they'll know the number needed. To advance to the top 32 of the under 15 boys division. Shot there by Campbell, throws everything at the 7th pin, refuses to fall. Takes care of the spare. Nice 213 to finish out the round. Parker Hearn will finish off today's broadcast. Working out 3 in a row. Runs a little high, unable to trip the 4. Still get to 206 with the conversion. Miscue from Parker gives him 194 to finish out. And that's going to do it for today's broadcast from the 2015 USBC Junior Gold Championships presented by Storm, Rotogrip, and Master. That concludes the under 15 advancer round for the boys and the girls. So those scores will be up on juniorgold.bowl.com shortly. So be sure to check that out to see who advanced to the final advance round. But that's going to do it for today's broadcast. On behalf of Lucas Wiseman, Dell Warren, I'm Aaron Smith. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back bright and early tomorrow here from Junior Gold, starting at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 here in Chicago. So be sure to tune in. We appreciate the support. And until next time, take care.